Hello, 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 Periscope. How are you guys doing? Hello, YouTube. So good to see you. Well, I'm always excited when I get to talk to you guys, especially when I get to share some truth, some knowledge, some wisdom. And this is no different than any other time that I get to do this. I'm really excited about this. And the reason is because, again, I like people to know the truth. I believe the truth shall set you free. And there are a lot of people out in these streets that are trying to convince you to become entrepreneurs. And absolutely, if that's something that's on your heart and you know, that that's what you're meant to do. But I'm really talking to people that are kind of on the fence, um, who are thinking, I'm not quite sure if this is what I need to do, or someone told me that I should do it and I'm not 100% sure. Well, these are reasons why you need to be thankful for your day job. This is Thankful Thursday for those who are watching on Periscope. And of course, you're going to see it on YouTube. But this is Thankful Thursday. And I want you to be thankful for your day job right now. I know it may be a little difficult. I know there's some uncertainty and certain things going on right now. But you really do need to be thankful for that day job. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons to be thankful for your day job. And these are also 5 reasons why entrepreneurship may not be for you. Okay, it really is not for everybody. I love being an entrepreneur. I would not. You could not pay me to go back to do what I was doing before, simply because right now I really am loving life as it relates to being able to care for my children and be available with them. I get to see milestones that are never going to be repeated again. But I am digressing. I want us to be thankful for the day job, and for those of you who have an entrepreneurial work that you're doing right now, and maybe you're despising the days of small beginnings, or maybe you're not really liking what you're doing right now. That's actually, the main thing that's putting food on the table, and that's very lucrative. But you want to do this other thing over here that you really, really, really like. Don't despise that other thing, and I will tell you why. But I'm also going to put a plug in for those who are, again, on the fence. They're not quite sure what to do. Okay, so here's the thing. Here are my 5 reasons why you should be thankful for your day job. Reason number one is probably the most obvious, which is job security. Let me tell you, people, when you have a salaried position, even folks who have an hourly position, but you're doing something that is a great public service and you've got significant job security, that's a good feeling. It's nice to be able to be safe, have a safety net. When you are salaried, you have benefits. You've got guaranteed health insurance. You have life insurance pretty much built in, or disability insurance, short term and long term, usually built in. Usually there's a nice dental vision plan, again, that's somewhere around there that's built in. Even if you had a little 90-day waiting period, you made it through it, and then you were able to get all of these extra benefits. So you have that, and that's wonderful. When you're an entrepreneur, that falls completely on you. You're 100%. You're doing that 110%. Okay. Yes, there's small business insurance. Yes, there's small business options, but those are things that when you get your salary, when you do your profit and loss statement, that loss part, yeah, you get this wonderful profit, but that loss part, you're taking a loss on any marketing you're doing, any additional services that you had to provide, or additional product that you had to put out there, things that you had to do, and then those additional things that aren't part of that initial benefit package. Thanks, Simpson, for inviting the followers. I appreciate that. So the benefits, there's an income, there's a salary and benefits package that you don't get, right? You have to figure out what you're going to do for your retirement, things like that. Not saying that you can't. I've been doing this thing for 5+ years and I love it. And we figured out a way, but it does come as a shock for some people initially when they go into entrepreneurship. So be thankful for your day job. Even if you are kind of pulling and building something on the side, it's okay to stay where you are. Okay. That is a possibility. I did not go from working 60, 80 hours a week to just complete entrepreneurship. I faded it in. I went from 60 and 80 hours a week to straight 40, and then down to 32. And then I did take a big of a leap because I went down to 16 and then 8. And then I only did PRN work. I faded my other job out for a lot of different reasons, including wanting to still be there for my patients. So for you entrepreneurs out there, particularly you professionals that I know of, that you're kind of torn between leaving that corporate job. You may not like everything that's going on there, but you like still seeing your patients. You still like seeing your clients. You still like providing care. And you don't know what's going to happen to those kids that you're teaching, or those patients that you're seeing. If you were to leave, you may have to slowly pull out the way that I did. but still be thankful for what you have until you're able to pull out completely, and that's okay. For some of you, that is where you're going to stay. And entrepreneurship, again, just is not for you. There's a certain constitution that you have to do this. Okay. The second thing is you have somebody telling you what to do all the time when you are not an entrepreneur. When you're working for a corporation, when you're working for somebody else, when you're helping fulfill another man's dream, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, be faithful in helping another man with their dream so that you can learn from them and pursue your own. I love what Vera Wang said. She says, I didn't have a job so much as I had a paid internship. She said, I got paid to learn so that I could then go and produce my own. There's nothing wrong with having someone tell you what to do and tell you how to grow their business, because then you can learn how to grow yours later. And there is nothing wrong with having someone telling you what to do every day, all day. Not a totally bad thing, because you have to be disciplined when you're an entrepreneur. Nobody's going to tell you when to get up. Nobody's going to tell you when to take a break. No one's going to tell you when you need to be working on this project or that project. You are doing your own time management. Okay. And this is for my subcontractors, my contractors as well. When you take on that responsibility and do that, you're pretty much the one that's creating your entire schedule from scratch. And if you are not the person that does well with that ambiguity, with that much leeway, entrepreneurship very likely is not for you. If you really do need someone telling you step by step by step what to do, entrepreneurship is not for you, or you're going to need a mentor and a guide. I'm just being real with you. Again, for folks like me who went to medical school, someone told you what to do. They told you to go to school this many years, and then they had you fill out, do the MCAT, and then you went to medical school, and then you had to complete your UMSLE steps and boards. Law school, same thing. You had someone that literally guided you step by step. If you do not have that kind of guide, and you don't have someone that's literally going to hold your hand and walk you through, entrepreneurship may not be for you. If you need a supervisor to guide you, you need a supervisor to guide you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. Other thing that I want to say about that is that when you are not the most disciplined person, that's something that you're going to have to get over as an entrepreneur. It's going to be very difficult for you just to fly by the seat of your pants. You're really going to have some kind of action plan, business plans, strategic plans, things like that. We're talking about that in the prayer and business retreat. That's actually pretty much day one. Is we're going through that. We're going through your purpose and your vision. We're going to go through business plans. For those who are just joining, I am Dr. Bergina. What I do is I help people transform their lives by developing a mindset for growth and success. I love being able to marry my spiritual wisdom with my scientific knowledge as a board certified and Mayo and Hopkins clinics trained psychiatrist. I've had my own private practice for the last 5 years, and I've been practicing in some way, shape, or form in the mental health or public health arena. Oh, good 20 years, at least almost half my life that I've been doing that, and I love what I do. Now, if you don't love what you do, you may need to switch jobs. I tell people all the time, you don't like your job, get a different job. Doesn't mean you have to leave the company. You may move to a different position, lateral position, or promotion in some way. That's not an option for you and you're thinking about entrepreneurship. Hopefully these things will make you really think hard about it and long about it and pray about it and see if this really is for you. Number 3, third reason to be grateful for your job, thankful for your job, and maybe pass on that entrepreneurship. I know there's a lot of people, again, that are pushing for that right now. They're like, hey, you're working from home anyway. You're learning how to do it anyway. But yeah, you're learning how to do it with a lot of oversight, unless you're completely flying solo as an entrepreneur. If you cannot take hearing the word no, it's not for you, babe. Sorry. There is a lot of rejection that comes with this. I've learned from and gleaned from some wonderful people in this business, from some wonderful people in the kingdom. And I will tell you that most of them heard the word no out the gate. Okay. You will be tempted to turn back. Failure will become your friend. And if you have a thin skin, if you don't like being told no, if you have an issue with the rejection, first of all, you probably need to be in my coaching program in the month that we talk about rejection and moving past regret, getting over past regret. Get it? That's one thing. But either so, if you don't want to do that, catch some of the teachings on Periscope, which will be maneuvering over to YouTube soon. But if you can't hear the word no, if you can't handle rejection, if you can't have people stomping on your dream, not for you. Sorry. Hard pill to swallow, but it's not for you. It's really not. That doesn't mean that you can't have a side thing that you do and continue to promote. That doesn't mean that you can't share your energy and your efforts in something else. But straight, full body, all in, climb to the top of the dive board and just dive right on in there, and you can't replay and rewind that thing. It's not for you. If you can't take rejection, I'm sorry, it's not for you. At least not now. Okay, maybe later, but not now. Lots of rejection when you're an entrepreneur. And it can be a good thing because you need to learn to fail for it. And you need to learn to move past your failures. Number 4, our favorite topic, taxes. Taxes, taxes, taxes. If you cannot handle the tax investment, if you can't handle investing financially in your business and you cannot handle the tax investment that you will have, it's a promise, not for you. Not for you. It's not for you. Be thankful for your current job. Be thankful for the taxes that they take out. Be thankful for FICA and Social Security and other things that they take out for Medicare and such. Be thankful for that. Be thankful that they take out that portion for your benefits. Be thankful for that, okay? Because guess what? When you become an entrepreneur, there's this new thing called self-employment tax. And imagine all those nice little things that they take out a little bit at a time as the course of the year goes on. If you haven't figured out how to do your business taxes, guess what? There's a nice little bonus that's waiting for you at the end of the year, and it can be hurtful and it can be painful. And I learned that my very first year of business. Even with all the information and toolage that I had before, there were still some very serious tax mistakes that I made. I have a wonderful coach that I've been speaking with, and they basically shared. Actually, 2 coaches have shared that they have seen many people that had an explosion in their businesses. I was able to maintain and match my salary my first year out the gate, which is wonderful. Not a lot of businesses can do that, but I was able to do that. But guess what? You enter a different tax bracket. And you have to work with people that know how to tell you how to do that. That is something we're going to do at the Prayer and Business Retreat. We actually are going to talk taxes and talk about things that you need to do to protect your business and do it in the proper way. If you're not ready for a $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 tax bill at the end of the year, it may not be for you. I'm really sorry. I hate to burst your bubble, but be thankful that they're taking a little bit of tax out at a time. Because depending on how much you make and how much you earn as an entrepreneur, you may not have known to pull out or pay ahead what you earned, especially if your business blows up at the end of the year and they track that thing back and they're like, well, wait a minute, we're looking at the average and why didn't you pay this in the first quarter? It's like, well, I wasn't making that in the first quarter. Okay, well, guess what? Over the course of the year, you made it. And they're going to tax you over the whole course of the year, my loves. And it can be painful and it can be hurtful. That's okay. You deal with it and you move on. And it is a blessing when you think about it, to be taxed in that way. It is a blessing, but I promise you, it doesn't feel like a blessing initially. And so if you don't want that, if you don't want that surprise, come tax time in the following year, your initial years as an entrepreneur, stay in the boat. Don't step out of the boat. Peter stepped out of the boat and had a glorious time. Got a little shaky, but guess what? Peter walked on water twice. He stepped back. He had to walk back to the boat, and that's great. But guess what? There were a lot of people that never got out of the corporate boat. Only Peter was the one that was like, I'm going to be that entrepreneur. I'm going to be that brave one and step out. And he faltered a little bit, but he made it back. But I'm telling you now, if taxes concern you and you don't have a good mentor or great tax people, I'm telling you, yeah. And that's not number 5. That was number 4. But let me just recap for you again, Dr. Bergina, and just sharing you some tips and tools, reasons to be thankful on this Thankful Thursday for your regular job, even with the uncertainty and ambiguity at this time. To be thankful for that, and 5 reasons again that entrepreneurship might not be for you. So number 1 is that right now you probably do have some sort of job security with your job, even if there's a momentary furlough at some point. Because you have that job, you can still do other things, and you still may have other things in the wings. They may have you working from home right now, but you know that you'll be able to go back and work in your regular work at another time. And there's that guaranteed salary and benefits. Entrepreneurship is not necessarily as guaranteed, especially in that initial year. You're going to struggle a little bit, and you have to be prepared for that. Okay. Number 2, you got somebody telling you what to do. Yeah. And I know some people are like, I want to do it myself. Well, guess what? In those initial years, you're still going to have someone telling you what to do. But you have to learn to be very, very, very incredibly disciplined and structured to be able to learn and know who to listen to, who not to listen to, and the decisions that you need to make in your business. Because it's not coming from the top down anymore, unless you're talking about Jesus CEO. It's coming from a variety of information on this plane, and you need to know how to navigate that. Okay. Number 3 is if you can't take the heat, get out of the entrepreneurial kitchen. If you cannot take rejection, if you cannot hear the word no, if you can't take having someone deny your business loan, if you can't take having someone tell you that your book or your writing is not going to work, one of the millionaires that we're going to be interviewing in the Millionaire Mindset will tell you quite frankly, quite openly, Mia Redrick, that she initially went to the Small Business Organization and they told her idea was horrible. It was terrible. It was never going to succeed, and she left their office crying. If she had not been able to take rejection, her business would have stopped right there. But because she could handle being told no and fail forward, she's able to do the work that she does today. And as I said, she's one of our Millionaire Mindset speakers who's going to be sharing for the Prayer and Business Retreat. Taxes, if you can't handle taxes, sorry, not for you. It's not for you, because you're going to have to navigate that self-employment tax, the lovely self-employment tax. And number 5, contrary to popular belief, and I'm just giving it to you straight, no chaser here, because I don't believe in telling lies. I believe in the truth because I believe that, we should speak the truth in love. You can fulfill your purpose on your regular job. You can. You can. There are a lot of people that have regular jobs. They're not entrepreneurs. They're doing what they were meant to do. I've seen people that were originally wanted to be coaches and originally wanted to go one completely different direction. And when they were developing the mindset needed to coach or the mindset needed to consult, they were able to go back to their regular job, share that information, and then they got promoted on their job. And now they are happy as punch, and they wouldn't even dream of leaving the job that they have right now, because it now is allowing them to fulfill their purpose. Okay, they did have to go out and do some extra get some extra information, do extra courses, and gain some additional knowledge, but they took that knowledge back to their regular job, not to an entrepreneurial endeavor. Okay, so you can fulfill your purpose, even your God-given purpose, on your regular job. So please don't let someone tell you, oh, you can only fulfill your ultimate purpose as an entrepreneur. Maybe, but maybe not. I can still fulfill if I were to stop my entrepreneurial endeavors right now and go back to the previous job that I worked and take a leadership position in that realm, step right into a leadership position, wouldn't even be a question, especially based on the information I have now. If I were to do that, I know I could still fulfill my overall purpose doing that. Okay, my purpose overall is to glorify God. I could do that doing anything and working in any job, or any job, or having any career, and I know I could do that. However, do I feel like I'm doing that, serving from my highest place, doing it in a way that I know I could not necessarily do it as well on that job, or as easy as I do it right now? That is true. That is true. I would have to watch what I say and how I say it, and be a bit more politically correct in another venue, but I can still fulfill my purpose and my calling. So don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it that way. Some challenges and some concerns. But I will tell you that there is nothing like, I will say, so be thankful for that job, but I will say that there's nothing like being an entrepreneur and having the freedom to do what I do, to have the time freedom, to have the financial freedom, to have the geographic freedom, to be able to literally do the same amount of work and same work that I do now from any country, any continent in the world. I can do that. And I can't necessarily say that I could do that from another job, but there are ways to do it. There are ways to do it. So whether you are happy at home and content working from home, and it's a temporary thing for you, enjoy it. Please enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy that freedom. And I know that you'll probably be excited to be able to go back to work and do other things and enjoy yourself in that way. If you seriously are thinking, if I have not dissuaded you, and I kind of tried hard, but if I have not dissuaded you from the entrepreneurial journey, and you really do think, you know what, I still want to do this. I really still feel called to do this. And I really think this is where I need to be, where I'm called to be, then perhaps you will join us at the 2020 Vision for Success Prayer and Business Retreat, which is April the 30th and May the 1st, 2020. We're excited to be able to have our lovely host, the Inn at Carolina, in Columbia, Maryland. And you definitely can get virtual tickets. The virtual tickets are open. Some of the other tickets are pending at this time. We just want to make sure that we're able to do things in absolute excellence. But the virtual tickets are available. So they are at bit.ly/virtual important person, because everyone's a VIP. Every ticket, every seat is a VIP. So if you're watching virtually, you're a VIP that way. You're a virtually important person. So hopefully we will see you there. I'm excited for the opportunity to meet you all of you burgeoning entrepreneurs and folks that are going to be doing some wonderful things. I'm also interested in seeing folks who are just saying, you know what? I know now is not the time for me to be an entrepreneur, but I would like to do what the other client that I mentioned did, who did the training, got the information, and said, you know what, I can take this back to my job right now and do a great job and fulfill a need there. And again, as happy as Punch doing that. So you can do that. You certainly can do that. So thank you so much for joining. Go ahead and check the replay for those who are on Periscope and for YouTube Live. Hope this has been wonderful for you. I hope that this has been educational for you more than anything else. And we will see you again the next time. Have a very blessed day on purpose. Take care.